So you're the fire, you're the flare, you're the song inside my head. And I will taste every note, feel so good when you're in my head. And you're the fire, you're the flare, you're the song inside my head. And I will taste every note, feel so good when you're in my head. And it's the road I figured and the curves I've been living, the flag I'm giving, a signal, pick me up again, come on, pick me up now. So you're the fire, you're the flare, you're the song inside my head. And I will taste every note, feel so good when you're in my head. So I've been stuck forever, it seems like forever. I'm ready to fire the signal, pick me up and say, come on, pick me up now. So you're the fire, you're the flare, you're the song inside my head. And I will taste every note, feel so good when you're in my head.
Hello friends, and welcome back to Lemon Tree Corner. If you don't know who I am, my name is Heather, and I run a small handmade business called Lemon Tree Corner, where I make purses and project bags for makers such as yourself. Welcome back to another episode. This week we're back in the studio after having had a nice, long, not quite relaxing vacation, ready to hit the ground running and get back to working on all the crafty projects that I like to work on. And as always, I'd appreciate it if you'd hit the like and subscribe button if you're enjoying these videos, as that helps introduce me to like-minded people such as yourself. So let's get started this week in the vlog. I'm really excited to get back to the shawl. This is the rectangle shawl. I haven't really done much with the corner to corner shawl because this is the rectangle one is the one I worked on the plane. So I don't remember if I mentioned it last time, but so this is the beautiful little foxes yarn that I started with and was just racking my brain trying to figure out what I was going to pair this with, as it wasn't going to be enough to make the size shawl that I wanted. It's, you know, it's more of a scarf at this point. Would make a very lovely scarf, but nowhere near a shawl at this point. So I actually managed, I was looking for my different crochet needles and found this other yarn in a stash that I had for staging photos. So when I put my bags in the shop, I take photos of them with knitting and yarn and that kind of thing so that you can get a feel for what it would be like as a project bag. You can see it in action. And I had found this yarn by Always and Forever that just looked so good, and I held it up and it's like they were meant, it was like they were meant to be together. Look at those colors together. Ah, they just go together so beautifully. So very excited about that. And then of course I only have one skein of that. So I have to order another skein. And then of course you can't have two colors that are like the same, like two stripes. So I wanted to find a third one, was racking my brain. And when I went to order the other skein of yarn from Always and Forever, of course, I found another one that I think is gonna work. I'm not quite sure, it's kind of a crapshoot, but I'm gonna order it anyway. I'm gonna order 2 skeins of that. If it doesn't work, I'll find another use for it. You know what I mean? And my Pals mug, so excited to have this little gem in my life. So on her Etsy shop, this yarn doesn't quite look this color, like the picture's not true to the color. So I'm hoping that that's the same for the one I picked out, that it's gonna be a little bit darker than what it looks like on the screen, as I think that would work very well. And while I was at it, because you know, you're gonna wait for the order and pay shipping, you might as well add more. So she has this beautiful autumn colorway that I've been wanting for a while. It's been in my favorites. So I went ahead and got 3 skeins of that because I figure that'll be a nice project later on when we get closer to autumn. I can make a nice shawl for myself when we're back into shawl, or, you know, maybe I'll make a hat and scarf and gloves. I don't know if I can crochet gloves. I don't know if that's a thing. I'll have to look into that. But that would be a really fun matching set. The set that I took with us on vacation that I used pretty much every day aren't a matching set. I had gotten the scarf, I think from Land's End, and then I had ordered some hoodie hats for my niece when she moved up to the snow area, and I had bought that one for her from Old Navy, and I got it and I'm like, this matches my scarf pretty dang good. So I ordered another one for myself. And I think they look really good together. So I like the idea of a matching hat and scarf that I can wear in the autumn. So I went ahead and just bought 3 to be safe because, you know, it's probably going to take more yarn than I want. And so we're back to that yarn quandary from last studio vlog. And I think I'm just gonna settle on, if I'm doing a bunch of granny squares or something like that that has a bunch of colors, I'm gonna go ahead and get the cheap acrylic blend yarn. As long as it's soft, I'm not really gonna worry about it. But I do want to invest things in these indie handmade dyers. I mean, they're handmade businesses like mine. I would really like to invest in those. It's a really fun product to work with. It's a one-of-a-kind thing, and I'm just really enjoying the look of all of this hand-dyed yarn that I'm getting. So I'll do special projects with those. I don't think I would do anything to sell with those, but definitely fun to make some stuff for myself. So. And once again, we've got Lucy snoring in the background back there. She's just snoring up a storm today. And I'm running out of shirts to wear for you guys that you haven't seen before. So I went with this gray sparkly number and then was thinking it's very Halloween. So I wore my dangle pumpkin earrings for you too. I got you. And another project, I went ahead and ordered another Annie's Kit Clubs. Yeah. AnniesKitClubs.com. I'll put a link in the description for you. And this one, I don't know if you can see it, is a Christmas candy sampler afghan. So basically every couple of months you're going to get the yarn to do a few of these stripes. Here's another view of it. It's very pretty. So this is my first month. So we're going to do these 3 stripes, which is very fun. So I'm going to learn a lot of new stitches. So these are stitches that on their own or even in a combination I could make a baby blanket out of, which I think would be very fun. So we've got some beautiful Christmassy colors here that they provide the yarn and the step-by-step videos, And the pattern, there's also a PDF pattern. So really looking forward to that. I have so many projects started now that I almost had to steal one of those squishy bags I just made for a project bag to put these in. Thankfully, I remembered that I have this other bag that I tried making, and since it's Christmas, it has snowflakes. I thought that was very appropriate. So I'm going to use this one for that. And then on the other side, we have the second month of the Moroccan blanket one. So here's my finished center square from the first month. This was all in the first month's kit, which is kind of crazy. So that was the first month, and then the second month. Yeah, the second month, now we're going to take that square, we're going to turn it on its edge, and we're going to do all of this part in between to make a secondary square. So that'll be interesting. And we have some fun new colors with that, which will be nice. This will go along with that dark indigo blue and be a new set of colors for us. And along with that, as always, I've got the huge pile of fabric to get through for our project bags. So I've got dropping things here. So I've got a few more of the project bags to go, the squishy project bags. So I've got 1, 2, 3. I've got 3 more of these to make. And then I'll move on to the other 2 patterns behind me. And then what I'm planning to do after that is to go ahead and do a photo session. I'll take you along so you can see what my product photo setup is. It's a really fun part of the process for me. I have a light box that I set up, and now that I have this beautiful new camera, I might even get some totally cool shots of blurred backgrounds and stuff like that. So I'll take product photos of all the bags that I have ready to put in the shop, and we'll go through the process of how I do that, how I post them, and then they'll be available for you to buy if you'd like to. One of the bags I just earmarked for another vlogger that I watch. She just got into crocheting, and I want to send her a project bag, and she has a black cat. So that fabric that we picked out a while ago with the black cats in the window, I'm going to make that one for her and send that to her. And then I also have a few other knitting vloggers that I watch that I'd like to send a free bag to. One is the Fat Squirrel. So I'm going to send her one. I bought this charm pack that has squirrels and woodland animals. So I'm going to make her one out of that and send that to her. And then I have to find one for Allie, Little Drops of Wonderful. This Wonderful Life. She's got 2 different vlogs going on. But she loves lobsters. So I'm going to go to Joann's and see if I can find some lobster fabric and make one for her as well. And that'll just help advertise, get the word out. Hopefully, if they mention me in their channel, I can get a bump of subscribers and views on this channel, and also hopefully get some traffic to my web shop. So looking forward to sending those off when those are done. And I'll link their channels down below as well so you can check them out. I have a very wide variety of channels that I watch, so I like to keep it interesting. Other than that, I've just been kind of settling in, doing all the laundry that you do after you come home from a trip, and getting reacquainted with my office at work and putting out fires and that kind of thing. So feel free to grab a water or a cozy beverage, and we'll get started sewing together. Let's go!
Try to rise from the dead. We came a long way from
So if I'm honest with myself, I have found this particular kit a lot more difficult than I thought it was going to be. I had a really arrogant attitude coming into this. I knew it would be challenging, but the fact that it said, you know, skill level easy, I don't think this is skill level easy. I think this is like a very confident beginner, like medium easy. And even then, I've had years of crochet experience. I mean, I bought this kit to up my game, so it's definitely upping my game. It's just adding a layer of stress to this project that I really didn't want it to have. It's all the counting, making sure I have the right number of stitches. I normally don't have to worry about that stuff as much. And just like this, just having to count and make sure I'm starting in the right place. Even with the videos, I'm having trouble following her. I have to replay it 5 times to make sure I'm in the right place. And I think it's just a level of concentration I'm not used to doing. Crochet has always been easy to me. I learn the stitch. I take the time with the foundation and the first and second row, whatever the actual pattern is, if it's a 2-row repeat. I really take my time for the first few rows. And then I'm kind of off and running. I don't have to think about it a lot unless I put the project down and I have to refamiliarize myself with the pattern and what to do when you turn the work at the end of the row. So this is just really challenging for me, and it makes it difficult to pick it up. So knowing that I can't just do this in front of the TV, which is how I normally like to crochet, this requires just that level of concentration that's full on, which makes it hard to carve out time to work on it. So this is where I'm at with this project, and then I have a level of anxiety going into this, which is not good. I'm just going to be gentle with myself and keep working on this and go through this, because this is the whole point of this year and buying this kit, is to up my game, to learn new things, to challenge myself. So this is a little more of a challenge than I bargained for, but that's what it's here for. And I think I am going to start on the Christmas blanket because it's stripes, and I feel like that one's just going to be a lot easier for me. I'm going to learn the stripe, follow her for a few stitches, and then basically the rest of the stripe is just me doing the same stitch over and over again. So I think that one's going to make me feel more confident about these kits. So I will definitely start that one next. As a nice break from this one. I mean, I get these once a month, so I've got a whole month to do these stitches. It's not like, you know, it's not like that big of a deal. So this one has 13 rows for this month plus a 4-round border. So, I mean, it's not the shortest thing in the world, but it's totally doable if I take it in bite-sized pieces. I think I just need to be gentle and kind with myself and realize that this whole thing, I am a beginner at this, no matter how many years I've been crocheting. This is a totally different thing for me. So let's continue on, and I'll just carve out time to really dedicate to this throughout the month, knowing that I think when we get to the other ones, do we have the whole blanket here I can show you? Like when we get to these ones where they're individual squares, I think that'll be a little bit easier. This right here I'm doing is this triangle part. So I'm really taking a square and turning it into, you know, turning it 45 degrees and making another square. So this might be the hardest one. I mean, these blocks are pretty similar once you get into them. So hopefully that won't be as challenging as this. Okay, let's get back to it.
Work is almost over, Do you miss me at all? Do you think about the things we used to do? No, you couldn't stand tall. So why didn't you call? So many years has gone by, but I think about you all the time. Looks like you're changing and all, but why didn't you call? Something in the air, always something in the air. Inexplicable, I can feel it in the air. Can you feel me? Can you feel me? Can you feel me? Do you miss me at all? Do you think about the things we used to do? No, you couldn't stand tall. So why didn't you call? So many years has gone by, but I think about you all the time. Looks like you're changing and all, but why didn't you call? Something in the air, always something in the air. Inexplicable, I can feel it in the air. Can you feel me? Can you feel me? Can you feel me?
Welcome back, everybody. So trying to get back into the swing of things after vacation, and managed to finish up all of those squishy project bags that we were working on. So yay, success. Let me show you the last three. So we have this one, which is super cute. I just love the multicultural aspect of it. It was Women's Month this month, so kind of appropriate that I did that. And then everything down on the bottom are American Sign Language signs, so that's good. I really like that one. We have this one, which is a fabric I bought early on and I was having trouble matching it, which is one of the reasons why I like to buy both fabrics together so that I don't have trouble trying to match them up later. This one I put an Eiffel Tower pull on, which is super cute. And it's got a rainbow zipper, so that's fun. And still don't feel like these quite match up, but they look pretty good together, so I'm happy to not have to worry about matching that up anymore. And the third one is the one we were trying to use the glitter vinyl for, so the turquoise glitter vinyl, which goes really nice with the blue in the pattern. It's just a subtle blue. And I used a butterfly zipper pull for that. So that's fun. I feel very accomplished. That's the one that has the growing love hands in the middle. Feel very accomplished to have finished all of these. Be able to put them in the shop. And I have a baby shower coming up, so I need to work on that present. I'm very deadline driven. So I tend not to work on things until the deadline is coming up, and this deadline is coming up for the baby shower next month, so I want to get that all figured out. Have to go to Joann's. I'll take you with me, and looking at different fabrics, trying to figure out what I want to do. I do want to make this pattern, which is a divided basket. It's a noodle head pattern. It's just super cute. I've made one of these before and it turned out so nice that I want to do this again. This one only has the pocket on one side, so you only get like the nice pattern on one side, but I think I'm going to do it on both sides. I think that's what I did for the last one. So I'll have to find some fabric for that. She's having a boy. You know, it's always a toss-up for me whether to go full-on traditional boy fabrics or pick something a little more interesting and quirky. What I'd love to do is find some jungle fabric, kind of like Jungle Book or monkeys or that kind of thing. If not, if they don't have anything like that, I'll look for dinosaurs because I think that's a good one. Maybe trucks, you know, trucks, caterpillars, that kind of thing. Dirt movers, anything kind of boy-like. I'd really like to do something nautical themed too, with like the nautical stripes, but I don't know how that's gonna turn out. And then she's really into Disney and 50s, so I might go for a traditional Mickey Mouse fabric. The problem is she doesn't have a theme. I like it when people have a theme because I can go for that pretty easily, but she doesn't have a theme, so I'm just kind of flying by the seat of my pants here and figure something out for that. And then it's also something that can be used as like an art caddy when the kid gets older, so I think that would be great to have something more of a boy themed for that, something he'd actually want to carry around or have in his room later on. I also wanted to give you an update on my shawl project. Okay, so we are down. We have used up all of the yarn. So I've placed an order for the other yarn and she's kind of averaging 6 weeks at this point. So I'll just put this one away and I'll get back to that corner to corner shawl I was making. I'm really liking it so far. It's very thick, so it's going to be a good shawl to put around your shoulders when you're cold. And just kind of hoping that the colors match and that they look good together. Just taking a chance on that. And it'll be 6 weeks of anticipation. No instant gratification for this girl. I had also ordered another skein of yarn to go with the corner to corner shawl, and ordered that about 5 weeks ago. So maybe in the next few weeks that'll show up. And then I can continue working on that shawl until the yarn shows up for this one. So hopefully that'll work out. And that'll give me time to do the Annie's kits and all of that stuff. Thank you for joining me this week in the studio. Had a lot of fun getting back into the swing of things with you. And I hope you have a wonderful week ahead and good time with friends and family to come. Okay, see you next week. Bye everyone.
We try